Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're making banku. Yes, banku, the traditional way. We're not using the gas today, we're using coal pot. Our mothers used to do it back in the day, so that should be fun. Yeah. So banku can be enjoyed with some delicious okro stew, like our okro recipe. You can check that out. It can be enjoyed with some hot pepper, some shito, and some shito here and there. That is when you pair it with your tilapia. It can be enjoyed with some palm nut soup, groundnut soup, well, any soup of your choice actually. So let's get started. First of all, set your fire on your cookpot. Anytime I'm setting up fire, I remember this story. So back in school, we were punished for something I don't really remember, and we were told to weed. Afterwards, we hid the things. All the girls couldn't light the fire. They tried several times, and I was like, give it to me, I'll do it. And immediately, I light up the weed. And the fire was so big, it went so high. And the headmaster was like, hey, who did that? Which amongst you did? I warn all of them. If you don't know and you snitch on me. From that time, I've been a master of setting fires. Hey, that's just by the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So for this recipe, this banku recipe, you need corn dough and cassava dough. So you need about 3 cups of corn dough, then about 1.5 cup of cassava dough. It shouldn't be the same. That is, if you don't want your cassava to be a whole lot in the banku. So we just need a bit of it to make the banku soft, so that we can actually drive it and make it very smooth. So you go ahead and mix the cassava dough. Then in your pot, we call it daseng in Ghana. So in your daseng, you add your corn dough, then you put in your cassava dough, just like in the video here. You make sure that you sieve it so as to get all the stems and the chaffs out of it. We don't need that in our banku. The banku needs to be very soft, so yeah, that's why we doing it this way, if you just follow the video. So let me repeat this. You need about 3 cups of corn dough, then about 1.5 cup of your cassava dough to make this banku. And remember, in our house, we always say banku is bae. Yes, it's our favorite dish in our house. So yes, banku is bae. That's just by the way. So you just follow the steps as in the video. You make sure that you sieve the cassava dough very well. So guys, please, if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel. You click on the subscription button so that you'll be notified, and you hit on the notification bell as well so that you'll be notified anytime we post our recipes, our simple recipes, that is. So you like, you comment, and you help us share. So you make sure that all the chaffs is left out. We don't need it in our banku. And you make sure that you mix the mixture, the corn dough mixture and the cassava dough mixture, to make sure you have a smooth paste, because we don't want any lumps in our banku. So make sure that you just mash it with your hands. And of course, with this recipe, you'll be using a lot of your hand. So make sure you wash your hand very, very clean before you start. And you add salt to taste. And of course, with this recipe, salt makes the difference. So yes. And this is what we'll be using to drive our banku, our bankuta. Yes, our ladle. And this is for support of the banku, because the pot can get very hot, so you need something to support you while you drive your banku. Yes. So our fire is set. You go ahead and just place your pot, your daseng pot, your metal pot on the fire. Then you put the metal there for support. Well, we call it Banku Dade. I don't know the English name actually, but it's a metal. So you put the Banku Dade for support. Yes. So let's get started. You stir clockwise and anti-clockwise so that lumps will not form, so that it will be like a smooth looking paste. So you continue to stir till it thickens. But you have to make sure that you have enough of the fire so that it can cook the banku very well. So you just follow the steps in the video like this. So at this point, it is beginning to thicken up a bit. So you have to be very careful. So you go clockwise and anti-clockwise, just like in the video here. And of course, you always have to use the metal for support, else your pot might turn over, and we wouldn't want that, because hey, we wouldn't want the banku to go to waste. Yeah, so at this point you start driving the banku, because you see that it begins to form lumps, which we wouldn't like. So at this point you start to drive it. Yes. Hey guys, you let us know if banku is your favorite food and if you are willing to try this recipe. It's a very tedious process though, but hey, once it's ready and you're enjoying, you forget how it was made, especially when you pair it with some hot okro. Yes. So at this point, you drive it very well, because lumps might be forming in the banku, which we don't want. So make sure that you have the shoulders to drive it very well. You continue to turn from left to right, center to the bottom, every part. Yes. As I said, you can always adjust the fire if it's too much, or if you think the fire is not too hot enough to prepare the banku. You can always add a bit of the charcoal to it, but make sure that it's not too much to burn your banku. So at this point, you add water to cook your banku. The water is added to make the banku cook and make it very soft as well. So you have to note that. So you cover it and let it sit for some time. So after about 5 to 10 minutes, you stir and turn it. Make sure every side is cooked very well. At this point, the banku will be smelling very nice. Yes, that is when you know it's about getting ready. Yes. So when you feel that it's not soft enough to your liking, or it hasn't really cooked well to your liking, you can always add a bit of water again, a second water, to cook it for some time, because it has to cook, because we don't want anyone getting stomach pains because the food is not cooked. So yeah, you can always check for the softness of the banku too. And with that, you let it cook for about 5 minutes, just to make sure that the banku cooks and the color changes a bit. Once it's cooked, it has this kind of like off-white. That's when you know it has actually cooked very well. It won't be white as before. And mind you, there are types of corn dough, so it depends on the corn you are also using. So yeah. At this point, you make sure that it mixes very well, and you drive it so that the lumps won't be in it and it's cooked. Oh, shout outs to our favorite Banku girl, All Cells GH. Yes. She loves Banku. Yes. So with this, your Banku is ready. So you mold it into the size and shape you want, and it will be ready for serving. Yes. And mind you, it is very, very hot. So you need to be very careful when you are packaging it. It is very, very hot because there's still fire in the cook pot, and Charlie, it's not easy. But yeah, you need to be very careful. So there you have it, our Banku looking all nice and smooth. And here we're pairing it with some tilapia and some hot pepper. Yes, trust me, it is that good. So you need to try it and come and testify. You can also check out our charcoal or oven grilled tilapia recipe in our previous post. So thank you guys, hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, bye.